So today we'll be having a practical rundown of how your CV and your statement of purpose should look like, because I believe we might have had some application we have sent to some schools. We might also have our CV with us. But I believe after this class, I get when a total maybe change of CV writing and some font and style, because each school, some of the school have different CV style they look up to. When you are able to get that CV style format ready, I think that's the first thing they look up to whenever you send in your document, because that's the most important thing that would define who you are before any other thing follows. So just like we have, the next thing we need to look into is how we need to optimize the chances we have, because you might have a very wonderful CV, but another thing is how you will be able to structure some of the information you are putting out there. Not just your name, not just your academic qualifications, not just your years of experience, but how you will be able to, break them down so that any person who has the opportunity to take a look at your CV, because CV always take like 6 minutes or some seconds, the person will grab all the information they want. So how you need to optimize your chances, how you need to structure your documents, how you need to prepare for the interview as well, because after you have actually gotten a response that your CV is so good that they will be expecting you to start your application, just have it at the back of your mind that the next thing after you must have applied to that institution is for you to prepare for your interview. The next one is applying self-confidence, knowing the right tools to make use of whenever you are preparing for all these academic journey. So next thing we need to look into is if you are building your CV, that is a curriculum vitae, what are they expecting from you is for you to tell them who you are. Your CV is a window of your profile. That is like I said before, that's the first thing because they don't know you. They haven't come in any contact with you. So they can't really say that you are this or that. But your CV will, in a summary form, explain to them your strength, your weakness, your experiences, your exposure, some volunteering activities that you have done. So, anytime in your CV, you have to take your time to list every accomplishment you have acquired, be it academic, be it in a workplace, be it in any field, so that when you are putting them down, you are sure that now you are not leaving anyone untouched. So the other aspect is your motivation letter. Your motivation letter or statement of purpose, like we said before, there are some basic things you need to also look into, which is description of why you want to study that course. Yes, you might have your undergraduate level maybe in science, just like myself. I did engineering in my undergraduate level. Then in my master's, I also continue in that field. But currently, I have also started navigating in another field because I have actually developed a lot of passion and experience in that area. So the most important thing that you need to take note of is one, that particular course in your interest. You need to tell us why. And if you're putting that why, it has to be concise, why you wanted to study this thing. Then you also need to put into the interest, what made you to have that passion in that particular field or that particular course. So it's not just, okay, I want to travel to UK, I want to travel to US, and I want to study nursing, I want to study economics, I want to study accounting. Boom. You just start looking for school that has that particular course, and you even have much a passion or interest towards that direction. So if for that now, all the things in is just going around the circle. So it doesn't give one that strong confidence when you are writing things that has to convince them that you are the right candidate. Because also again apply. There are so many people that are applying in that same field. So your own statement of purpose or your motivation letter needs to stand out. So it must have to be convincing. So other area is why is it important to you? Are you just looking for an opportunity to japa? Choose school they available, can I travel or just to travel? Because when you have important love for a particular course, definitely you will excel. Some schools might even give you room for that. If they admit you in a particular course, there are some certain GPA you have to get. So imagine when you don't have interest for maybe mathematics, it doesn't look so interesting to you, maybe it's not important. Anytime when Akuzima is about a class, you lose interest, your mind will not be there. So another thing is expectation after your study. Do you want to continue maybe after your master's to still continue in that particular field for your PhD? Or do you want to say, okay, I'm done. Let me channel the experience or knowledge I've acquired in this particular field in industrial area or in a government area or in humanitarian area, because any course of management wherever only he puts that energy into. It's not just let us read and grab the certificate. So some things named in word today, certificate doesn't matter. So what matters is what skill you can offer. So you have to tell us in that letter your expectation after you are done with that particular course. So other areas is the interview skills, discussion that has to do with yourself, because I got to tell us, okay, we have gone through your CV and we have also gone through some of your documents that you stand out as one of the best candidates. Okay, tell us about yourself, your goal, why you want to study in that school. Discuss some other important things that has to do with the program you are coming to that school to do. So these are the things we are to focus on. Like I said before, it's more of a practical exercise. So, but the reason why I'm taking time to give this analysis for us to build up our mind of what we'll be seeing next. So in my screen, you will see this particular definition. What is the difference between a CV, a resume, and a resume vitae? So here is where our discussion officially starts. We know that there is different types of CV. Academic CV is different from job CV or maybe government official CV. Maybe you are looking for a political portfolio in a certain office. So academic CV is a different thing altogether, even on how you structure it, your address, your first degree or second degree, everything has to be explicit. You have to give a detailed account one by one, because that is your first introductory profile. So the curriculum vitae, like we all know, refers to the CV. Is a comprehensive record of your scholarly credentials, just like I said, your academic activities, both your research, your teaching experience, and so many things that you have acquired in your academic level. And it has no limitations in length. So it's not like you are being limited for 1 page or 2 page or 3 pages. So you must have to make sure that everything are being captured. Like what I have here said, it is used in academic or research setting. So like this academic CV explain in details everything you have acquired starting from your undergraduate level. Your undergraduate research topic is also need to be included. So it's not just writing, I'm a student of so school. I had my first degree in so school and it ends there. No, you also need to include your research topic, even include your research supervisor, and also explain your research topic you did on your undergraduate, the experience you have acquired, and the research area or the research interest. So this is what academic CV is all about. Then a resume, on the other hand, is a concise, maybe 1 or 2 pages, selected summary of your most relevant skills and experience. So a resume is more of someone who is actually looking for a job. So in your resume, some companies or offices will ask you to send your resume to them. So you have to explain to them the experience you have also acquired in some past firm you have worked, or your recent job where you are currently working, the experience you have also acquired. But another one we need to have a look at is a resume vitae. So a resume vitae is a combination of your academic CV and your resume. So these ones are more of like what our politicians normally project to us, what they submit, because it has to do with their academic background and also their work experience combined. So, but what we are looking at today as concerns us for our scholarship and admission journey has to do with academic CV.